Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Going for Three podcast. This is episode 20. As always, my name is Percy Thomas, aka PTP, and with me is Tony Farr, aka G, also known as Grant Bayless, and Chris Collins, aka AOB, the advocator of buckets. How we doing, fellas?
Good, good. Sorry, that
Yeah,
Graves Bayless thing's always gonna make me laugh.
I've been ushered a new nickname, like you said, AOB, advocate of buckets, and I think that it fits me a lot more. So
Yep, and no more Lakers in 2, unless you're saying 2 decades. But anyway,
okay, well, no. We're not gonna say that and just brush by it. How about this? Jason Tatum's not top 10. How about this? He got a fucked up hairline. How about this?
oh,
Hey, yo.
He'll
shit!
never be the best player in the league.
Look, I was already looking at jerseys. All right, after
No,
tonight,
no,
you don't got to cut. You don't got to cut me that deep. Come on now.
You started it. You started it. Yes, started.
All I said was, hey, Lakers are ass. You know it. It's not even. Come on now. You don't got to be.
2
I ain't gonna
decades, Grant?
I ain't gonna lie, 2 decades is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, once Braun and all them gone, you really think it's gonna be 2 years before they win in try to win a chip again?
Decades? We're talking about one of 2 of the most storied franchises in league history. When
I don't
they've
think it
been
was 2
bad,
decades in between y'all.
when either
Yeah,
team
but
franchise has been bad, it's never been 2 decades. Y'all went from
it fits the 2 thing that you keep saying more than 2 years because there's no way they're gonna bounce back in 2 years.
Bad take for the
Tomato,
second
tomato,
comedy.
tomato.
Boo.
All right, whatever.
But as most of you guys know, it is March, and when it comes to March, you get March Madness, which is the one of the more interesting times for college basketball, as it is the big tournament. A lot of good games, a lot of historical games, a lot of competitive games. So, but we thought that it would probably be a little interesting to do a little bracket. You know what I'm saying? Fill it out and see how many we can probably get right, because March Madness is very unpredictable when it comes to who wins and who loses. But
Especially this year because there really is no clear-cut favorite. Absolutely none.
yeah, it's coming
There
off
could
of
be
I think like a 2-week period where like the top I think it's like all top wasn't it like all top 5 teams lost in the same week.
something like that. Yeah, I mean, there's
Top 5 for
probably you could probably argue like 8 or 9 teams could win this.
Yeah, and obviously you got like
Oh.
Gonzaga, Arizona's looking promising, but then you got teams like what's we were saying St. Mary will go deep in the tournament.
Who said that?
Why do people like St. Mary's or St. Mary?
I don't know. I don't know. Possible. I could see them Sweet 16. But I think based on who they might play in the first round, which we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Or second round, whatever the hell they're calling it now. Maybe. I think it depends who wins this game. I could see it, but we'll get to it.
Yeah. I mean, now I'm looking at how this is structured. I mean, I guess we can go like from left to right.
Like, you want to just do each region and then just go by region to the Final Four and whatnot, and then after we do the regions, we'll do the Final Four and title if you want.
All right, so which region are we starting off with?
We can start West low key.
Okay.
Yeah, because West got Gonzaga in, and low key, I feel like there's a lot of good matchups in the West. So this matchup we got Gonzaga versus Georgia State.
The 16 will not be winning. I can't say that. Obviously, we've gotten that off with UMBC. A 16 has won, has beaten a number 1. Not this one. Gonzaga by 20 plus.
Yeah, I feel like for the most part, this is like the only gimme game as far as like first round is concerned. Like I don't think Gonzaga loses this game at all.
Honestly, I think it's probably my opinion. I know we haven't gotten to them yet. I think probably of the 116, this will probably be the biggest blowout of those 4 games.
I mean, I don't disagree.
I mean, I think probably all the ones win. I would say I don't easily is a general term, but I think Gonzaga probably is the one that wins by the most.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're number one seed. They, I believe, have the number one scoring offense, all that good jazz for a reason. So,
Yeah.
you know, it was not, good job, Georgia State, getting to the tournament.
Good work into the tournament, but I mean, stops here.
Okay.
Stops here.
All right. Good. All right.
All right, next we got Boise State, who is I think the 6th seed?
8.
Oh, yeah, 8th seed.
8-9.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going against Memphis. This
They
could be
better hope.
interesting.
Memphis got hot. Memphis got hot late, didn't they? Memphis got hot late.
Yeah, Memphis started winning a couple games late.
They better hope somebody doesn't suit up.
Yeah, that's why we know
They better hope somebody doesn't suit up.
They've been winning without Bates. Actually, now that I think about it, they have been playing without Bates.
I was gonna say Chris, you might need to change your Twitter handle to sort of like PTPs and call yourself Chris Collins, the Imani Bates enthusiast.
Oh, he doesn't need an enthusiast. When he's on the court and locked in, we see what is going on. I mean, he hasn't played since late January, but hey, they said that him and his people, they said that they were absolutely trying to get him back on the field, back on the court, when he was ready. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, but they have been playing very well without him. So
he posted about like Duran's still been playing really, really solid up in his draft stock. But I mean, I see Memphis pulling this out, but I wouldn't be surprised if
Well,
trap games.
If there's one conference in college basketball I know very well, it's the Mountain West. Obviously, I Boise. I'm picking Boise State.
I'm going with Memphis.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's obviously we're going majority.
Yeah.
But if Boise wins, I want everybody to know I picked Boise to win. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm about to say you got it on that one, but just like I don't know. I would be surprised. So if it does,
no, I mean it's an 8-9. It's an 8-9. You don't know.
Yeah. Right. Next we got UConn going up against New Mexico State. Not sure how UConn's been this year, but I think pretty decently.
Yeah, pretty decent. They've had some down stretches.
Mm.
They've had some games. They've played fairly consistently, but when they've played a bad game, it's been a bad game.
Are you willing to bet them having a bad game in this situation versus
actually
opponent?
I have looked at the bracket, but before this, obviously, this is not my first look. This is, I guess you could say, one of my upsets because it seems like a 12 always beats a 5. I think this one, yeah, New Mexico State upset.
I was thinking New Mexico State. I feel like I've seen them play this year, or at least like cause I forgot they got somebody on their team. Either it's this team or another team that I'm thinking of, but their team is really, really good. I feel like they've been competing really hard, so
they're deep.
Yeah.
Unless I'm thinking of somebody else that I saw, I'm pretty sure it's them. They're deep.
I feel like I've seen like a highlight tape of one of like their like top players.
So
I mean, they do have you might be talking about Teddy Allen, guard averaging about 20, sub 20 points a game.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like they're pretty reliant on him. I don't know. I like UConn for the fact that it looks like they spread the ball around. They got at least 3 guys averaging over double digits, and there's a lot of scoring production from all over the court. I don't know. I feel like usually teams that are like relying on one player, yeah, they may be good for one upset, but I still don't see that happening here with this matchup. So I'm gonna go with UConn. But I mean, also historically, I do like UConn, so I mean that kind of adds to it. To be honest,
yeah, very much historically, like some good stuff going on for them. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if UConn wins in this case. But New Mexico State might be that might be one of them games. I might have to get my eye on that one. No cap. But next up we got Arkansas going up against Vermont. I feel like this is a consensus game.
Yeah,
like
Arkansas.
Yeah. Arkansas.
Arkansas is balling. Yeah, I don't think we need to talk about
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Next we got Alabama, who
Alabama.
plays the winner of the Rutgers and Notre Dame game tomorrow.
Alabama.
Mhm.
Uh
They go Alabama too. I ain't gonna lie.
I honestly, I think if Rutgers wins, I'd say Alabama. If Notre Dame wins, I would actually go Notre Dame. But fair enough.
Yeah, I ain't gonna Alabama. I mean, they got like Quinterly, Shackelford. Like they got they're deep. Like they are deep. That's a deep team.
Well, all right. So it's a majority. So
Yeah. All right. Now we got Texas Tech going against Montana State.
hey, be careful with those Big Sky teams. And Montana State's been on a roll.
Do you know who went to Texas Tech? Gramps. Do you know who went to Texas Tech? They're not losing. He's probably going to be there at the game with his jersey on. We're not. No.
All I'm saying is don't sleep on Big Sky teams. They're competitive, and Montana State's been on a roll.
Who went to Texas Tech?
I know who you're talking about. I'm not saying his name on this damn podcast.
Now he's he who must not be named now. Oh,
it's not he who must not be named. It's he who doesn't need to be named during this episode when we're talking about basketball. Okay, Texas Tech isn't going to win because my homeboy going to be in the crowd probably.
All I'm saying is the last time that a Ram was in L.A., LeBron dropped 50. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Some type of correlation. Hey, I said it. Correlation.
I mean,
Okay. I mean, but more importantly, Texas Tech is.
Likely Texas Tech's going to win, but I'm just saying, don't sleep on Montana State. It would not be a shock if they won. Big Sky teams are competitive, and Montana State's been on a roll. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but Texas Tech
got Terrence Shannon though. That's a dog right there.
Yeah, they're a good team.
I'm still saying Texas Tech will win. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Montana State beats them. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Are you trying to say that? Who are you taking then? You keep saying don't be surprised.
I'm like 70-30. I'll say Texas Tech. I'm just saying don't be surprised.
Okay, so it's one of them like Texas Tech, but on the back burner, Montana State.
It's one of those Texas Tech, but then if they lose, he gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I told you so." Like, no, you didn't.
I'm just saying, Big Sky teams aren't easy outs, and Montana State's hot. I'm just saying, it would not be a shocker if they won. I'll go with Texas Tech, but don't. I'm just saying that that's a trap game.
Yeah, I can see that.
It ain't going to be an easy win. I'll say that much. How about that? It won't be easy win.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Oh, this next game's tough for me. Oh God. All right, so the next one is Michigan State versus Davidson.
Michigan State.
Davidson without even a thought.
Bro,
Michigan State's been too up and down.
I don't think I have a single upset in the West. At least in this first round. I don't think I have.
I wanted, honestly, I want to say Davidson because Hyun Lee and all that. Like that, I love that guy's game, but also Max Christie's a bucket. So it's like I might still go Davidson. I ain't gonna. I'm probably gonna go Davidson.
I'm going Davidson. Michigan State's been too.
I've been up and down.
Flip flop.
Seeing as far as consistency with their scoring.
They have, yeah.
Yeah. I don't really think Davidson beating Michigan State is. I don't think it's really that much of an upset. I feel like they're pretty even. It's just
No, not really. Mm-mm. Yeah, Davidson.
And then lastly,
when Michigan State wins, I wanted to be known that Chris had Michigan State. Since we're going with Davidson, just like Gramps did.
Mm-hmm. All right, fair enough.
We got it disputed. Then next we got Duke versus CSU Fullerton.
Cal State.
Mm.
You said what?
Traditionally, Cal State Fullerton. Traditionally a baseball school.
Mm.
Are you saying that? Were you correcting him, or were you saying that they're going to win?
No, I was just
The abbreviation
given the
for him,
whole.
yeah.
Yeah, he just said CSU, and I for anybody who might not know who CSU Fullerton, it's Cal State Fullerton. I just in case somebody didn't know.
Okay, I
That's
got you. I
all.
thought
Got
you
you.
were saying something else there. Not gonna lie.
No, I'm not picking the upset.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure this is a consensus. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
It won't
Bankero.
be.
Yeah.
I don't think Duke's going to destroy them, but it won't. But they'll win.
Yeah, that actually is a thing though. Like Duke really hasn't. There's like a rare. It's been rare times where like Duke has actually destroyed a team this season. They have really like
Yeah,
good stretches.
I can see like a 10, 11 point win. Nothing major.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, so you say we're going through like all one region, like that whole one side, like all the way to like the last two.
I mean, if you're keeping track of it, we could do it that we can go like that. We could go all the way through.
I keep track of it too. So
Fill up.
I'm keeping track as well. I think we should do that.
Yeah,
Just go all of them. Okay.
Yeah, based on our picks. Yeah.
And so
Or what? Wait. So do you mean like are we doing all first round, or we're going by the region and going it all the way? I guess you did just ask that.
I think we're gonna go by region. I think.
Yeah, we're gonna do let's do the region all the way to the Final Four.
All right, got you. And so, all right, next. Now after that, we got Gonzaga and Memphis. I feel like it's gonna be a Zags game. This is a Zags to lose.
I'll take Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Memphis is just super young, and I mean, yeah, they've kind of put it together without some of their what's the word, anticipated key players, but I mean, there's a lot of young. I don't know, they're young. I like Zaga in this,
Yeah.
Plus, the Zags team has a lot of seniors. They've had experience over the past like few stretches of like tournament play, like Nimhard and Timmy, like a lot of experience on their side. So Zags lose that, I'd be shocked overall. Like I'd be shocked if like
Zags lose that, Memphis going to the ship, baby.
At that point.
Oh lordy. Wow, that's a hot. There's a hot take. There he is. There's the return of hot take.
If Memphis beats Gonzaga, they man, hey, listen. That would be a huge altering win.
Yeah, that's a bracket busting play right there. If they pull that off.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's not like that. They're not some shitty team. You know what I mean? So
no, but you saying the chip? I mean, damn, going to the chip. Yeah, that's a hot take.
All right,
that's a scorcher.
All right, next we got New Mexico State and Arkansas. Once again, I'm probably gonna just go with Arkansas. Just me personally.
Arkansas. Yeah.
This ain't even their best iteration. Like I think like a year or two from now, like their recruiting class is souped. Full cap. But,
we wait real. We went with New Mexico State.
The UConn thing,
majority, yeah.
I was the only one to pick UConn.
Yeah.
Crazy, because UConn definitely would beat Arkansas. That's crazy.
Yeah. And mainly just from what I've been seeing with Arkansas is like it's pretty much another, not really similar to Alabama, but another really deep team. They got some really small guards though, but I mean, other than that, like
they're deep, but they're also very reliant at the same time. They got. I mean, they're getting production from a lot of guys, but they're definitely relying on JD for sure.
I can see that.
I mean, he leads the team in scoring by a very wide margin. I mean, the next person is like almost 8 points under him. I don't know. Like I said before, I feel like teams that are super reliant on other players, going deeper into the draft, I don't know. I feel like it just gets harder for them to really like
to pull themselves up and stuff.
Just to be able to lead the team in as many ways as he needs to lead them to win, to happen, like for that to happen each time in the the bracket. It's not a series, you know what I mean? So like it's just one game.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to believe that like one guy is going to be able to like beat teams each time all the way through the bracket.
Yeah. It's rare that happens, though. You do have a point there. It's very rare that happens.
I mean, when I think about this, I always think about D'Angelo Russell when he was at Ohio State. I can't remember who he played in that first round, but he went off. I think he had like 26 or something, like 8 assists, something like that, and he was great. And that was his upset. He was, but I mean, the next game came along, and I mean, he didn't play bad, but it's just like,
Really do so much.
yeah, eventually the team is just going to overtake you, especially when it's like, any given game. So, but with that being said, I mean, I didn't like Mexico State, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if it was UConn, I would take it.
Yeah. I got speaking of Bama though. So next one we got Alabama versus Texas Tech. This could go either way, I feel like.
Oh, for sure.
It could very much go either way. I'm leaning towards Texas Tech.
You know why?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Texas Tech.
I was actually leaning towards Alabama, to be honest with you.
You know who went to Texas Tech?
That is not a deciding factor.
Michael Crabtree went to Texas Tech.
Let's keep it to basketball, Chris. Come on.
Michael Crabtree went to Texas Tech. Oh, you're right.
Is he going to be there too?
I mean, I don't see why not.
But I mean,
well, Chris, you're to decide and vote because I'm leaning Alabama.
Yeah, we already know where this is going.
I'll take Texas Tech. On a real note,
yeah.
Like in all seriousness, I'll take Texas Tech.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really good game though, real competitive. I'm surprised if Bama pulls it out because I ain't gonna lie, like Shackelford is like he's a really clutch player, but I'm gonna go Texas Tech. Oh, yep, another tough one. We got Davidson versus Duke. Honestly, like being completely honest with you, I'm probably gonna go Davidson.
I was leaning there myself.
Mainly because Duke just lost to Virginia Tech, I believe. Lost to Virginia Tech.
They did.
It seems like even though this team is really like good on paper, like Keels, Jake Griffin, Bancaro, sometimes they struggle with teams that more often than not they probably would have beat in other like Duke iterations. So Davidson's just a really well coached team overall. I feel like they they got some nice shooters, got some length. Nope, like not to be sus, like pause, they got some length. Go Davidson.
Wow.
I agree.
Well, it's crazy because you guys are both wrong. That's insane. No, I'm not even. I'm being like that ass. Like look at the path that they're gonna take. So CSU Fullerton is gonna be one of those games where they can literally just coast through that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna win that game. This game against Davidson, against solid competition, is going to be the game where their talent outshines one of these guys that are NBA ready, whether it's Wendell, whether it's Paolo. They're going to have their game. And they're gonna, you know what I mean? Like, this is where those guys shine, at least once. I find it very hard to believe that Davidson is going to be able to overcome that star power that they have on this team. One of these guys is going to have one of those games that kind of pushes their draft stock up. This is what I see. But
yeah,
this is a cooperative endeavor. So seems like I am in the latter.
Yeah, I mean overall, honestly, like I very much able to see what you mean by like this is like one of those games. This is pretty much probably one of the games that probably does decide like not Paolo's draft stock, but probably the rest of the other players that are on this team if they do choose to come out. Like, because Paolo's gonna show up, I feel so. Like
Wendell's there.
I say like Moore's gonna have to have a pretty good showing. Keels, Griffin. Not sure about Joey Baker. I don't know if he's like not in the classes here, but it'll definitely be a make or break type of scenario if like the game is as close as I think it might be. But I got this little side getting tough. All right, so now we got Gonzaga and Arkansas.
Zags.
Yeah, Zags.
Zags.
We got that.
Even more so for the point that I've been saying earlier.
Yeah.
Still relying on one guy a little bit too much for me. Zags are just deeper, probably better coached, more experience. Zags.
Yeah. Pretty much so. More or less, I feel like most cases, like Gonzaga is almost like one of the like shoe-in schools. So like, just have that deep run. It's like just a really well coached team overall. Right now we got Texas Tech and Davidson.
Now I'll finally just flat out say Texas Tech.
Flat out. Yeah. I'm gonna get overruled. I'm probably still thinking Davidson. I ain't gonna lie. I really like this team.
Yes. Now you like Davidson because Hung Young Lee.
I mean, yeah.
Don't think I forgot you because you tried to tell us that. Wow, boy, we gonna look back and be like, PTP said, "What?" I remember you had him in like our top 10, like prospects or something for college basketball. I remember.
But
I know why you picked him.
by the way, let's keep in mind that I was the only one who did strictly college. Okay, I was the only one that did strictly college. That's why he was on mine. Y'all did G League, Ignite, and Overtime, Elite. Like,
And if I'm doing strictly college, he ain't on there. He still ain't on there. But that's neat. I mean, I guess that is here and now.
yeah.
But yeah, I know. I'm saying we know why you like Davidson. That's all I'm saying. We know why.
Outside of him, I mean, the team is nice. I like the shooting. I got a nice center.
Oh, they nice, but
What do you mean by that?
you probably
I like there's more to this.
you probably haven't beaten Zags too, huh?
No, if it was like if somebody else picked Davidson, I'd still have the Zags winning. Like,
I'm Texas Tech.
Texas Tech is the majority anyway. But I mean, like, get to the point of like Zag. When you get to Gonzaga versus Texas Tech, no matter which one you go with, like, I mean, you're still gonna be Gonzaga. So could be a tough game though, but still gonna be Gonzaga.
All right, so Gonzaga is our Final Four team out of that.
Yep. So,
All right.
So we're moving to East, South, Midwest.
yeah, we can go East.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, the East might be a little tough too, though. All right, so we got Baylor and Norfolk State. Pretty much a consensus.
Yeah.
Baylor looking nice, and like their men and women's teams looking pretty tough right now.
I just want to go out and say that yes, while I will be picking Baylor, shouts out to HBCU Norfolk State for getting to the tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Last time that I was that I felt like I saw Norfolk State in the tournament was when Kylo Quinn crushed the dreams of all Mizzou fans everywhere.
Oh man.
We were. I'm pretty sure Mizzou was a 2 seed, and they were ran by very like small guards: Marcus Denman, Flip Pressey, Alex English. All those types of guys.
Mhm.
And we ran into some size, and that game is what got Kyle Quinn to the NBA. That's facts.
The more you know, I ain't gonna lie. Well, history lesson.
Yep. He played a hell of a game. I think he had like 25 and 10.
Not there and put on.
Shit was disgusting. yeah, he did. But yeah, I'm going with Baylor.
Yeah. Next, we got North Carolina versus Marquette. Now,
this is a tough one. I ain't gonna lie.
I probably would have guessed North Carolina, but as of late, I mean, Baycott's been looking solid, great rebounder. Caleb Love starting to get his jumper a little bit more consistent. Still got Davis. Think North Carolina had us in the bag.
I'm really.
Think they might have us in the bag.
I don't know about having it in the bag, but
You said who has it in the bag?
North Carolina.
I kind of agree.
Granted, I mean, I might not have been seeing a lot of Marquette this year because I mean, I just don't get their games like in my area. But I've seen a decent amount of North Carolina. Know that Baycott is like a good enough big to run the paint. Got some shooters.
Yeah, I think Marquette likes to kind of overwhelm smaller teams. North Carolina is not. That's not really the case.
Yeah,
I don't know. And like you said, Baycott's been playing pretty well.
yeah.
So
I'm gonna go North Carolina.
same.
I'm guessing G was gonna go Marquette.
I was leaning Marquette. Yeah.
And this could be a shocker game because it's March Madness. This stuff happens all the time, so be surprised. Yeah. Now we got St. Mary's versus winner of the Wyoming Indiana game that's going on right now. I'd pick St. Mary's if Wyoming wins this game. If it's Indiana, then I'm probably gonna go with like Indiana.
I agree.
Hey, man, should I check I probably should check the score. So this is going on right now. Indiana is winning right now at halftime, so I'm gonna lean towards Indiana. St. Mary's has been playing like they've been playing some tough ball, so this could be their stretch. But I mean, I'll go Indiana. But if Wyoming wins, then it'll definitely be St. Mary's.
I'm going with St. Mary, but
What did you pick again?
you said what?
Team did Grant's pick again?
I agreed with you that if Wyoming won, I St. Mary's, but if Indiana won, I would go Indiana. But for the sake of the fact that the game's not over, I'll lean St. Mary's.
Yeah, it's just for the sake of it. Overall, I go live. If I'm looking up the pace of the game, I'd say Indiana's probably going to win. So probably going to still be my pick just because. Next we got UCLA versus Akron. I think this might not be that tough of a game. Drew Zhang, Hawkhead.
Oh man.
Or UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm going UCLA. That's my pick. I feel like
I'll go UCLA.
I feel like they got enough. No, Drew Zhang.
Johnny.
They got.
Grams wants to say Akron. Grams wants to say Akron so bad.
No,
he wants to say Akron so bad.
No, UCLA, but it's gonna be close.
Yeah, who knows? Akron might be that sleeper team too. No cap. I don't know. Like teams in the teens, the higher ranked teams is always just scary because like most of the time, them be the games where it's like not as easy to predict as it should be. It'd be that one day that the dudes come out and just don't like play up to their potential type stuff. What's nice? Okay, we got Texas and Virginia Tech.
I got Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech.
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah, they coming off that Duke dub. They looking nice. Duke.
Yeah, Texas has some injuries.
Duke got some injuries, like key positions like center and point guard, or
Trey Mitchell.
Yeah, Virginia Tech is playing some good basketball right now.
But I forgot who the white dude was that they had like
Hunter Couture.
Yeah,
dropped 31.
Yeah, man, might be that deciding factor.
I mean the guy and Kive Aluma. I think if I'm pronouncing his name right. They got some guys, and they can get hot, and we saw it. So hey, they're definitely capable of making a run, especially against a Texas team who, may be slightly shorthanded. So
yeah. All right, next we got Purdue going up against Yale.
Yeah, you got to watch out for them Ivy League schools.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you know. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
I mean, you're not
I'm
wrong.
not
You're
saying.
not wrong.
I'm not saying Neil's going to win, but you got to watch out for them because they always perform well,
Yeah.
win or lose.
The way this sounds, though, I feel like Purdue's deciding factor as much as it would be CSJ and Ivy. I feel like it'll probably be Edie. Zach Edie. It'll probably be him.
I'm I'm gonna go with Purdue though, just because I mean
Yeah.
they have like they have really solid front court, probably one of the better ones in the nation, and it looks like from what I'm seeing, Yale doesn't rebound the ball really well. So you put a poor rebounding team against a team that has a dominant front court.
I'm about to say like a 7-footer. I forgot who their power forward is really good.
Zach Edey and Trevion Williams.
I'm about to say like nothing, but it's a lot of guys that like with the guys with the last name Williams just seem to snag. Like even for Duke, like the guy that they got, he goes up.
Mm-hmm. They're second in the nation in like rebounding rate, and Yale is 256 in offensive rebounding.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Seems
like one of those games where they're just going to be able to get the rebounds and just kind of, even if it is close,
if they come down to second chance,
they'll be able to rebound them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Yale's not that great offensively either.
Yeah.
So I mean, that kind of spells disaster in my mind.
Yeah, especially with guys like Ivy, guys that really hound the ball. So
yeah, I didn't even say him. I literally completely forgot about him. I don't know how I did, but yeah. Oh yeah, Purdue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm saying easily. I literally completely forgot about him. Easily.
There we got Murray State and San Francisco. Okay, so G, do you know a little bit more about either of these teams? I feel like I know a little bit about Murray State. A little bit.
Well, I don't know as much about Murray State, but San Francisco, they've showed well in conference. They've hung with Gonzaga. They've beaten teams like BYU. They play all around solid basketball. I don't know that they have enough firepower scoring wise. They play solid defense. So, based on what you know about Murray State, if Murray State can play pace and shoot, I don't think San Francisco can hang with them on the scoreboard. That's what I got on that one.
I'm taking Murray State because, you know who went to Murray State, and this is a basketball reference.
Yeah. Big John Morant.
Yeah, but I mean, I just think, like Graham said, I don't think San Francisco might be able to keep up offensively with Murray State.
Yeah.
I like the guys they have with KJ and what's the other guy's name? Tevin Brown. So
yeah,
I like Murray State in this.
Yeah, Murray State seemed like that might be a really interesting game to watch too, though. I'm not gonna lie.
If it's a low score, if it's a low scoring defensive type of game, San Francisco will win. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Do they even get buckets in San Francisco? Like really?
Do they get buckets in San Francisco?
Like come on.
Well, the college might not, but I mean, hey.
Murray State, man.
All right, we got next we got for the last of this first round of it, they got Kentucky versus St. Peter's.
Mm-hmm.
Now and it'd be as easy as it seems because Kentucky kind of also similar to Duke has had those games where they kind of look a little like outmanned, I guess if you could say it like that. Besides that, Washington and I think Oscar Tshiebwe in Kentucky have a really solid foundation as far as they know their identity now. They rebound really, really well. Could be this actually this might be a Kentucky game. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of just convinced myself in the middle of me talking about it.
Kentucky.
St. Peter's.
At St. Peter's.
Mm-hmm.
Specific reason?
I think. Yeah. Okay. So Kentucky. I always watch out for these kind of quote unquote star teams with a lot of talent. But I'm not as high on coaching for Kentucky as I would be as like Duke. And with a team like St. Peter's, they don't really have like a star-studded like guy. You know what I mean? Like they run like a lot of their stuff. It seems like they have like a very wide rotation. They play team ball. I feel like a young team like Kentucky, who doesn't have a better coach in my opinion. Not to say that their coach is bad, but and Coach K. I feel like they'll just be able to get kind of, like you said, they'll be overwhelmed by just teams that are going to be able to just commit to who they are, move the ball, make them do that extra effort. And I feel like, I'm not going to lie, they may feel like, that they're better than this team, which, I mean, by talent-wise, they are. But as a result, they might not take them seriously. And they might get kind of punched in the mouth. And then, it might try to make a late comeback, but it might be too late. That's kind of what I see.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when second half comes around, St. Peter's kind of gets that confidence, and hey, it's any day in March. So
That is true.
I got St. Peter's, man.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, there's got to be some upset somewhere. So
That is very much true as well.
Gramps.
Right.
Kentucky.
But it might have convinced me because, like, I love Oscar Tshiebwe. That's the only thing that's really like standing out to me as far as the man's rebound game is nuts. So it's like I really wanted to say like Kentucky could possibly, like, if it gets like to that gritty point, he could possibly help them out.
I mean, St. Peter's plays good defense, and they run a pretty long rotation. I think it's like 10 guys that they run out of their rotation, so they're gonna be fresh on defense. So they at least have, I guess, the system to be scrappy on defense with like all them fresh legs coming in and out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go St. Peter's, man. I'm gonna go St. Peter's.
Yes, let's go.
It's also for the upset factor and the fact that it's March. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen, and I think Kentucky's a young team. It's a decently young team. So, all right. Now we got Baylor versus North Carolina.
It's gonna be a game right there.
Yeah, this is a tough one because It's nothing but Baylor. Has Baylor brought back at least like a decent majority of like the guys that were on that team when they won last year? Outside of like their guards, pretty much.
I think so.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I think their bigs are still there, or at least one of their bigs is still there. They got obviously they got Brown.
But the guards coming back. I mean, that's a lot of those guys were a part of the core. So anyway,
yeah.
I got Baylor.
Yeah. Mainly just because Baylor's defense is a lot. I feel like Baylor's defense is a lot more sound. They're swarming. If it comes down to scoring, then North Carolina could definitely probably get them a run for their money. But if it's just like Baylor can control the pace, then this will definitely be Baylor.
Yeah, I mean they've been here before. They've got a nice mix of like college vets and young talent with like guys like Kendall Brown. So yeah, I got Baylor. I mean they're number one seed for a reason. And at this point, when you're getting into these later rounds, everybody's gonna have each other's full attention. I think both teams are gonna play a good game, but I got Baylor.
Yeah. That'll definitely be like if that matchup actually happens, that's gonna be a nice little matchup. I ain't gonna lie. At St. Mary's and UCLA.
Johnny Juzang. I UCLA because I like Johnny a lot. I love Johnny.
Yeah,
really like his game. Reminds me like Chris Middleton, honestly.
I ain't gonna lie, he do got that chop.
That's an interesting comp.
Yeah, I mean, good, decent sized swings. Not like super athletic, but like 3-level scores. You know, 3 mid range, can get creative around the goal as far as like putting the ball in the bucket. And then just hard workers.
Yeah. Plus, even for for Jaquez, like first I thought he was their point guard. I don't know why I did that, but I mean he's way bigger than I thought. Like fundamentally, like he gets busy in the paint. Still got a jumper. Peyton Watson is like their freshman player. He doesn't really play that much, but I mean the times that he does like get on the floor, or at least he might be playing like a little bit more now. But he's on the floor. He looks like he has a smooth game as well. I could definitely see UCLA possibly like pulling this out.
Yeah, UCLA.
Yeah. Right after that, we got Virginia Tech and Purdue.
I got Purdue.
I want to say Virginia Tech just because of how much of a role they've been on and how well they've been playing, but Purdue is a super. I don't really want to use the word vastly superior team,
Their
but
experience.
It does look like
their
it on paper.
experience. I mean, because I think Ivy's a sophomore or a junior. Williams is probably like a junior or a sophomore. I think
Yeah, Ivy's a sophomore and Williams is a senior. Trevion.
Yeah. I think is Edie a sophomore or is he a freshman?
Sophomore.
Yeah, so like they're a pretty experienced team. But Granted, Tech do got a bucket getter, a few bucket getters. So
yeah, but they got Jay and Ivy.
Say, like we said, a deep defense wins championships. You know what I'm saying? Like Purdue got that deep.
He get buckets too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Purdue. I'm gonna just lock that in.
Yeah. So we all got Purdue.
I'd assume so. Like
yeah.
Right now we got Murray State and St. Peter's.
Murray State. I mean, they St. Peter's had their great win. Generational legacy for the college type win, and it ends here. Murray State.
Yeah. Yeah. Murray State's only been getting better. They're probably going to continue to get better, and this might be that round for them. This might be that round.
Well, I mean, St. Peter's really has no business beating Kentucky if like Kentucky's on their on their game.
It is.
And that's what I'm counting on them to not be. I don't think they're going to be. Just because St. Peter's is such an inferior opponent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they do make it up, then Murray State will definitely bring it back down to center. Advance to that foe. Did you pick one?
What?
Murray State and St. Peter's.
Yeah, I see. Murray State. Did you not hear?
I might have missed it.
I was gonna say, am I having is there an audio thing? Because
I might just missed it.
All right. Baylor and UCLA.
Go Baylor. Yeah.
Baylor.
Well, I guess not. Since you already said it, it doesn't matter it doesn't really matter then now, does it?
I mean, Jose still gonna get them buckets. That's gonna be a nice game too if that happens. Be a nice game.
Johnny has also been in these late tournament situations too now.
That is true.
I'm going UCLA, man. Not that it matters.
I'll be overall.
Just know. Just know I'm riding with Johnny.
Yeah, I go out in the back of my mind. Johnny basketball is not. he's not far of the way.
Shoot, Gramps. I'm on the Juzang train. Let's go.
Oh no. Oh no.
Let's go.
Oh no. Not another one.
The Juzang train. Hey, that's even harder than the other one.
Like Juzang trade does roll off
Oh,
a little easier.
that's hard. Grams,
Lord.
Grams can't even deny that one. That's hard.
I
Mm.
It kind of rhymes. Hey, man, that's hard. Mm.
all right, PTP, make your pick.
All right. Purdue and Murray State. I'm gonna go Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue.
Wait,
I feel
which
like
one? Wait, which one did you pick? Did you pick UCLA?
Baylor.
No, you both
Yeah,
picked Baylor.
All
Yeah, you
right,
both picked Baylor.
all right.
And then yeah, Purdue.
Thought you might have been swayed there.
Nah.
Nah. Purdue's a nice team, though. You know, respectable. I mean, not Purdue. Murray State's a nice team, respectable. But like we said, Purdue is just one of the more talented teams. They've been playing well. They defend. They got a star or shit, maybe two, honestly. And yeah, Purdue is where they need to be at. So yeah, Purdue beating Murray State. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, Baylor and Purdue. I'll kind of shake it up. I think this is the year that Baylor doesn't win.
I got Purdue.
I think this year that Baylor doesn't win.
I mean, in that matchup, yes, Purdue.
Cool. Ivy on a mission. He's trying to up his draft stock, but they're bigger in the paint. Go Purdue. Ooh, this looks interesting. Okay, so we got Purdue so far and Gonzaga. So next would be the. Do we go Midwest or South?
South. South. Yeah.
Right. We got Arizona versus the winner of the. Let me figure out which team this is. This is
Wright State, I think.
I'll say it's like Wright State
Bryan.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to Arizona. Matherin is a dog. Arizona's also been looking really, really nice this whole year. So Arizona.
Yeah.
That's just a fun name to say. Like Benedict Matherin. That's an intimidating name. I ain't gonna lie. That's an intimidating name.
Nah, either way.
Yeah, either way. Imagine, like you think about a PA system, like Benedict Matherin. Like that's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, say it like that again.
Benedict Matherin.
Matherin.
Yeah. That's just a tough name. But all right. Now we got.
It doesn't. I was just gonna say I just came up with a nickname for him. I don't know.
What we thinking?
I was thinking it doesn't matter in what you think, but you know.
Mona, Fiona, Corona, Arizona.
Mona, Fiona, Corona. Lona. Hey, that's fire. Let me say Seton Hall, and TCU. TCU been balling lately.
I'm gonna take. Yeah, I was saying I'm gonna take TCU, man. They've got quality wins.
Yeah,
I agree.
Tech, Kansas, Texas. Yeah. Quality wins. It shows that they can step up when they need to.
Yeah.
So.
Big East has been like off as a conference has been shaky off and on all year. So
definitely.
Yeah, TCU.
Dub. We got Houston and UAB's a Florida school, isn't it? Is it?
Yep. Alabama, Birmingham.
Okay, Alabama, Birmingham.
Oh shit!
I'm always been confused about like where they actually like reside at.
Well, because it looks kind of similar to Florida A&M. The logo. Probably why.
I'll go Houston with this one.
Houston, but not by much.
This team must be tough if it's like not by much. I'm trying to figure out who's on that Houston team that I remember seeing.
Houston's a solid team, but sometimes they just play. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I don't know. This is like they have a really solid team, but every once in a while they will just play absolutely boneheaded basketball. and it can be maddening.
Yeah.
Like they're so far ahead talent wise to how they play at times. They play at times like a JV team. It makes no sense.
That's in a way. I mean, looking at a few of their games.
I was gonna go UNB.
Yeah, I was gonna say, looking at some of like Houston's games, like very up and down with their rebound count. Like sometimes they control the glass, sometimes they kind of get like plastered. Like the game they played against Memphis where they lost, like they just got out rebounded, not by a lot, but by a decent margin. But I could I'm gonna stick with them. I'm gonna stick with Houston.
Ooh, all right.
I'm gonna stick with Houston.
I already said Houston, but not by much.
At Illinois and Chattanooga. Fun. That's a fun word to say, Chattanooga.
I mean, thing is with the Big Ten, other than I'm not even going to mention, but other than Purdue, the Big Ten has been up and down all year. Like the top of the conference, 1 week plays, and it seems to be the same thing for all the good teams in that conference. Like 1 week they'll look outstanding, the next game they look like absolute dog shit, and it makes no sense.
So in other words, you are picking.
I'm gonna pick Illinois, but it's semi-reluctant, just because of how up and down the Big Ten's been all year.
I hear you on that, and I would be more on your. I mean, we are. It sounds like we're all picking Illinois, but I would be less confident if Illinois' strength wasn't Chattanooga's weakness.
Yeah.
They don't really defend well inside the paint, and Illinois has one of the better centers.
Kofi Coburn is literally like
in college basketball.
He's playing some really tough basketball. I think he's topping the Wooden stuff, isn't he? Was topping Wooden voting?
Yeah, I mean he's one of the best centers in the nation.
Like him and Sheboy are definitely like probably two of the best. So.
Yeah. 21 and 10 is nothing to sneeze at, especially in college.
Illinois might. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Like you said, like I wouldn't be surprised. Crazy things have happened, but
yeah, I was just pointing out how the Big Ten as a whole, other than Purdue's been fairly consistent, but the rest of the top teams in the Big Ten, like just said, 1 week, one game they look outstanding, and the next game they look just bad.
Yeah. Speaking of that,
it seems to be a trend in that conference this year. So
this next matchup is like almost the epitome of that. But so we got Colorado State and Michigan, and
Michigan, without question.
I can't lock in Michigan. Me personally, I just can't.
Michigan.
Well, I'm saying Michigan too.
I've been watching Mountain West. I've been watching the Mountain West all year, and the Mountain West. I understand they have multiple teams in. Colorado State didn't really beat anybody of note, and as a fan of a Mountain West school, we beat them twice fairly easily. I think Michigan is a more talented squad, and we'll get together and win this game.
You don't care about them Boise State wins?
No.
I said no.
Yeah, it's a consensus, but I mean, I just can't go with Michigan because the only person I've seen that's actually like showing up at a decent rate, like the majority of the season, is Hunter. Like Caleb Houston is like very spotty to me. Musa Diabate, like our freshman class didn't make a splash. I thought they would.
But that's the thing.
You got Colorado State beating them.
That's the thing, though. PTP. That's the thing, though. PTP is Colorado State. When the other team has a dominant scorer, they don't defend him because Bryce Hamilton on my team was one of the top scorers in the country. I'm not saying he's like at the top, but he was one of the top scorers. Like he averaged 20 plus, and he dominated them, and they couldn't stop him. If you got a dominant scorer, they won't stop him. If you got a guy who's buckets, they won't stop him.
Yeah.
That's why I'm thinking Michigan.
That kind of goes into the case of like that'll be the reason they win. Like Hunter has to feast. Hunter has to eat.
He
I mean,
can
he's going to.
he's gonna feast on them.
I don't know. Just in the back of my mind, like I don't know.
So you two are going Colorado State?
Oh yeah. Chris
Rams.
definitely.
Michigan. Michigan's on the bracket.
It's on the back. It's on the bracket. But
You ain't hear me say nothing about no Michigan, about no Colorado State, man.
all right, now we got
So we got Michigan, right?
Yeah.
we got
All right.
we got Tennessee and Longwood.
I had to sell you. I can't believe I had to sell you on your own team. Damn.
I mean,
Ain't that a
y'all
bitch?
outvoted me. I'm still not really.
He still went with Colorado
y'all
State
outvoted.
because he watches Michigan. He's what's the word? Pessimistic.
There's
But
certain things about that
sure
team that I just really don't like, and it's consistency, and I don't think they have it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I've watched Colorado State play a fair bit, and I just think you got a bucket getter. They won't stop them, and they're not really a high scoring team in general. I just think you're gonna win.
Yeah.
All right.
It won't be pretty, but I think you're gonna win. So, but okay.
What we got next?
Tennessee and Longwood. Pause. Yo, what is this name?
Wow.
Longwood. I know it's not, but
I don't really know too much about Tennessee, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I haven't really
Tennessee's
seen
been looking
any.
good as of late. They did win their conference, I believe, recently. Eddie Chandler is starting to look a lot more appealing as far as like where he stands if he goes into the draft this year. I'm not sure how high in the first round he'd be, or he'd probably be like how many rounds are in the NBA draft? 2? He might be a second round pick, honestly, potentially. But I mean, I can see Tennessee, since they've started to like gel more together. I feel like they found a little bit more of their identity. I can see them winning this game.
I honestly, other than I know they're a small school in Virginia, I really don't know much about Longwood. So Tennessee just SEC is fairly tough. Tennessee won it.
Yeah.
I don't see Tennessee losing this game. I could see it being like midway through the first half, it being close, but then Tennessee will build a lead and then
just pull
maintain off. And yeah.
You got Tennessee?
Yeah.
Look, we all got it.
All right, we got Ohio State and Loyola Chicago. I like Loyola Chicago.
So do I.
This is a team with like the elderly woman that's at the games.
Yes.
Yeah, like
yes.
I love their spirit. They play hard. Ohio State, although they do have Liddell, I don't know if that'll be enough. I don't know if that'll be enough for them.
I mean, they also have Malachi.
Yeah, Malachi.
Branham,
Branham,
like
something like that. Yeah.
I got Ohio State, but I have been outvoted.
Yeah.
Yep. Ramblers, buddy.
Yours is
Ramblers.
Really fun teams.
Buckeyes, man.
A real fun team. Last we got Villanova and Delaware.
I could see Loyola Chicago having another run like they did before.
They had a team.
I could see it. I'm not saying they will, but I could see it. I would not be surprised.
How often does Ohio State get upset though? I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's certain teams that the upset alert is just not really. I know there's different iterations of each team, but they don't strike me as that is a team that's going to get upset, especially when I feel like they have more talent.
I feel like this team is, probably like a 60% chance. Give them 60%.
Yeah.
Villanova and Delaware. Villanova.
Nova.
Got a really nice team.
Yep.
Some shooters, got some defense. Always well coached. Villanova. All right, so this will keep. Looks up one team stuff to me. Arizona and TCU.
I might take TCU.
Yeah, it's very possible. I don't know. Like kind of on a roll too. If you think about it, it's rather just like how they've been playing lately. But Matherin is still. Matherin might be enough to just make me go Arizona.
Actually, I'll take it back. I changed it. Arizona.
Arizona in a close game. TCU's going to give them. TCU's going to give them hell.
They're going to give them something to play for. Like, nope, it's going to be a tough game.
Yep.
Houston and Illinois. Kind of want to go with Houston.
I got Illinois.
Illinois.
Yep.
Right, we got the.
I had to think hard on that one though. But
that's gonna be it. If that happened, that could be a very tough game too. But it's probably like an interior matchup. Honestly, like not many teams are gonna match up with Illinois paint wise. Michigan and Tennessee.
Michigan.
Tennessee.
Let's go. It's like no,
now you going rock with them?
Tennessee.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. You were going flip the script. Pick Michigan.
Michigan is so much better than their record, man.
I mean, they're better than their record, but like I said, like they're just like the roster looks a lot better than how they play, which makes me which makes me think that Tennessee, who actually doesn't really look that good on paper, who's playing better.
True, but I'll take Michigan, man. I know they struggle on defense, but shit, most of the time defense is just an effort thing. If you can't give effort in the NCAA tournament, then
I'm saying like that. That's sort of things I fear. Because I mean, obviously Colorado State might be a reach. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure we'd be able to get past Colorado State, but like Tennessee.
You didn't pick shit. You didn't pick.
No, like I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like looking back on it, I mean, like I wouldn't be surprised like if they were, but just off my intuition, that's just my instinct. But they
So we got Tennessee.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
In Loyola, Chicago, and Villanova.
Nova.
Yeah.
Pretty easily, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, Arizona and Illinois.
Arizona.
My rule, I was gonna go Illinois. I voted. Tennessee and Villanova.
Nova.
And between Arizona and Villanova.
Arizona. I got Arizona. Yeah.
Villanova.
Okay.
But okay.
But Grant's like a Gillespie fan. Do you think he's slick? What a Gillespie fan.
I do like him, yeah.
I think it's like Justin Harper. He kind of reminds me of Sadiq Bey. Nice too.
A little bit. I could see it a little bit.
Bill too. So far we got Purdue, Gonzaga, and Arizona. That's interesting so far. All right, Midwest. Kansas against Texas Southern.
Kansas.
Yes.
Christian Brown. Christian Brown and the boys, man. All right, San Diego State and Creighton. Creighton.
San Diego State.
Yeah, I got San Diego State as well.
San Diego State.
I always like Creighton. They always got some type of shooter or some type of shooters.
They're scrappy, but San Diego State. One thing to do, San Diego State does play defense.
Yeah,
but the recent
that game I would not be surprised if it was in the 50s.
That's gonna be just lock up. All right, and then we got Iowa and Richmond. I don't think we need to discuss this one. Yeah.
Iowa.
Keegan Murray's too much, bro. Keegan Murray's way too much. Providence and South Dakota State.
You know what? I'm gonna say South Dakota State, bro.
I need to see if Providence has the guy that I think they do.
Missouri Valley Conference. Missouri Valley Conference, South Dakota State.
I'm thinking if this might not be the school that I think it is. What did it get? Oh no, it's not it. Okay, yes, it's not team. Yeah, I might go South Dakota State.
Well, here we go.
All right, LSU and Iowa State.
What's our biggest
South
upset?
Dakota beat Providence.
I think it was, wasn't
it? 13 beating 4.
Oh yeah, that's our biggest upset.
Hmm.
Yeah, because we picked the 12 and then we picked the 13. Yeah, it's the biggest upset.
Kind of great.
We picked St. Peter's.
Oh no, we picked St. Peter's. You're right. You're right. My bad.
15.
That's right.
What was that? Oh, yeah, LSU and Iowa State.
That's gonna be close. That's gonna be close.
Mm.
I'm leaning Iowa State.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think Iowa State just has some really. They didn't have some really nice teams, and got guards that be getting rebounds. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go Iowa State.
Buckets.
I'll take LSU. And they get their production from a couple different guys. I don't know, I like LSU.
Yeah.
Chris. I know for a while we was agreeing on a lot of shit. I love your Tatum take earlier on the phone, but we just not. I'm leaning. I'm gonna disagree with you again. Iowa State.
I mean, with all due respect, Grams, I respect your wrong opinion. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
Not even a Bayless take, though. You're disagreeing with.
He said Iowa State too. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, it's all right.
All right. Wisconsin and Colgate.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, but not by a lot.
Yeah.
It's gonna be closer, and it's gonna be a close one. I believe.
Wisconsin playing the toothpaste team. They're gonna get a dub.
Man. Wisconsin got Johnny Davis, right? I think. That.
It'll be a closer game. It'll be a closer game than many would expect.
Yeah. I think Colgate competed in their game last year, right?
Single digits.
Yeah. I think if I can remember correctly, Colgate competed in the last time. Like this last final score wasn't really that bad, so it could be a competitive game. USC versus Miami.
Miami plays good team basketball. They're deep. I'm going to take Miami, and that's not just because I went there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they got Wong, got some shooting.
I'm going with USC.
Yeah, that's my. I was gonna get back. Yeah.
I think they're the more talented team.
Mobley. What their point guard's name is? The small guy.
Chavez. Oh no, that's not the point guard.
Name. Oh, Ellis. Boogie. Ellis, yeah. USC. But they don't take that out. Auburn.
Yes.
And I guess Jacksonville State. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jacksonville State.
Yeah, but
hell no.
If Prime was coaching them, I'd say they'd pull the upset. But
if Diop let us out, we.
Hey man, much respect for them for them getting there. But listen, Jabari Smith's on the court.
Yeah, but they don't really have much besides him, to be honest with you. I consider them a very
Kessler.
weak too.
I give you that. I can kind of agree with you on that standpoint, but when you're playing a inferior
Oh,
opponent,
sure, of course. I'm overall. That's what I'm saying. They'll win this one, no
I
problem.
mean,
But
outside of Jabbar, I mean, they still got Kessler. Like they're both like finalists for the Wooden Award. Sure, they're a really good rebound.
I mean they have three other double. Yeah, they have three other double digit scores. So I mean, it's not like they're completely one sided. Like you said, they have Kessler, Wendell Green, Katie Johnson. So they're getting scoring from other places. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely
It's
Jabari driven
spearheaded, but
for sure.
everybody else kind of sprinkles in a little bit of something. We got Kansas and San Diego State.
Kansas.
Kansas,
They got some really nice defense. I can see that happening. Iowa and South Dakota State. Iowa.
Iowa.
Yep, Iowa.
Iowa State and Wisconsin. Go Wisconsin.
I got Wisconsin as well.
Iowa State.
Interesting. I feel like Johnny Davis. If they get past that first round, Johnny Davis is gonna really like kick it into a high gear.
Oh, trust me. Next week's episode, y'all gonna get some shit if all my all my picks are right. Just saying. Y'all gonna get Gramps Bayless and Stephen A. Smith all rolled into one. I'm just gonna go crazy. I might even throw in some Max Kellerman on your ass.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
I'm about to be Jay. About to be
Made of the University of the line. I want Iguodala. Huh?
World crashing down. Game on the line. I want.
I won't get Nick. Oh, wait, I won't get Nick Wright bad, but I just might be a little bad.
Hey, Nick Rice from KC. Respect.
Nick Wright is the king of shit takes. I'm saying, but we can save that for another episode.
You meant to say that he's usually right. That's what you meant to say. He just goes a little overboard. He's just so passionate.
He got a love for the game.
About a certain player. Yeah, but a lot of times there's a lot of truth in what he's saying.
Yeah, he's an interesting gentleman for sure. I'm not gonna lie. We got you. Oh, this is a tough one, low key. USC and Auburn.
I'll take Auburn. Jabari has a game against the younger Mobley brother.
I'm gonna lean USC on this one.
Boo. Sounds like PTP is gonna be USC too.
Oh, you was just touting them a minute ago. Now you're booing.
Like, still going Auburn, but I still like USC's chances just because they got. I like
yes.
the Boogie Ellis, Isaiah Mobley combination, but I'm gonna go Auburn. I feel like they might overpower them overall.
Yes, Gramps is wrong. Yeah, we voted Gramps out. Yes.
If that actually happens, I feel like that'll be the one that like kind of stings. I ain't gonna cap because that'll be the one that stings. But,
especially when Miami wins in the first round. God. But anyway,
Miami just put it all up. All right, Kansas and Iowa.
I think this is going to be a really good game.
Yeah,
I do too. I agree completely.
Hey.
You know what?
I'm picking
Iowa.
Iowa. I just love Keegan Murray. He's like one of the nation's best scorers. Team is very experienced.
They're playing damn good basketball right now. I'm Iowa.
I'm picking a shootout between Keegan and Ochai, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Is that how you pronounce it?
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's Abaji. The last name too. I've always heard them say his name, but I never really remembered how to like fully pronounce it. Yeah, Iowa for that. Wisconsin and Auburn. Another game that I feel like if it happens, it'd be a really, really good game. Go Auburn still though. Be too much for Johnny Davis.
Hmm.
Sorry, I can tell by the grunts that this might be an opposing vote.
No, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
I think I'll go with Auburn as well.
Yeah. All right.
And now, probably one of the more tougher games to probably predict. Iowa and Auburn. Barry versus Keegan.
Auburn.
Mm.
I think their defense is just good enough to kind of impact that fellow over there.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, they're really good in defense. They protect the rim.
Mm.
They got a couple of solid defenders on the wings and in the backcourt. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
I don't feel
Iowa.
like Auburn is a really, like I said, like a really good team defensively. They got some scores. Like Iowa, they were, I don't know, well, they made a decently deep run last year, I believe. Luca.
also, this is a side note that I feel like we should kind of bring up. The Tigers or Auburn. They weren't in the tournament last year because of they self-imposed banned themselves. So back in the tournament, that's gonna be on. I just feel like that little
Motivation.
extra is gonna kind of matter.
That little extra motivation, yeah.
Yeah.
And you said Iowa, right?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
I would be surprised if, like I said, like that, like them missing out last year really changes things for him. But I don't know. I feel like this.
Who
Picked Iowa.
do you have?
I picked Iowa.
No.
There you go.
All right,
That's crazy.
man, Rangers to the Final Four.
Here, all these teams belong except for one.
I mean, yeah, we've got a couple of things. I feel like this Final Four is probably different than at least 50% most brackets.
Think we should enter it? Maybe.
I'm definitely gonna see what comes of it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie.
You want to enter it in the ESPN challenge?
Yeah. Okay, could no cap.
Yeah. We would just have to pick the
Like the
well,
Final
we have
Four.
to pick the score though, right? Yeah. We could do that.
We got to pick a winner first. So,
all right. So they're both in New Orleans. Oh, they're in New Orleans this year. I didn't know that. All right. Zaga and Purdue. Could be a tough game.
I
kind of want to go Zags. I feel like they're fairly even as far as both teams have a 7-footer or a dang near 7-footer. Guard play, both guards play hard, but like Zaga might just have a little bit more with like the experience department, the edge on this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Gonzaga too. Yeah, I got Gonzaga.
All right, Arizona and Iowa.
Well, since I didn't even have Iowa making it to where they are currently, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Arizona. I think this great run that Keegan Murray apparently will make in the tournament will come to an end a week early. But since he's here, it will come to an end a week later, and Arizona will just be too much for that team. And yeah, Arizona.
I'd probably agree with you there. Mather would probably be guarding Keegan. Once again, probably a defensive type of scenario. I could see Arizona definitely winning this game.
Yeah, I'll go Arizona.
Granted, wouldn't be overall. That's tough.
All right, so we got it. We got it
national
set.
champion. No, national championship game.
How often does it end up, or does it happen ever where that is 2 1
I think it
seeds?
rarely.
Does that
I think
ever?
last year it was one and one. No, Baylor wasn't one last year.
I mean, it seems in more recent memory, it hasn't been that way, but it used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's been a minute since it's been like a 1-1 matchup. A minute. This is actually a pretty interesting one, low-key. Gonzaga and Arizona. Both teams have strengths in very different places, I feel. But I mean, Gonzaga also didn't win last year. This could be the revenge tour.
Oh yeah, Gonzaga and Baylor were
They
1
were
seeds
one.
last
Oh
year.
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Baylor was a
The
1
defense was
seed.
crazy last year. Yeah, I should have thought about that. Defense was wild. Mm. Who you guys got closing it up?
I got Arizona.
Gonzaga.
Mm.
Gramps just doesn't want to agree with me.
No, Zags finally win a chip.
Like also just for a side note, like when I did this by myself last year, I think I had like a different like national championship game. I think I had Iowa and Gonzaga last year because I was really high on Luka Garza. I had Gonzaga winning the whole thing. I didn't see Baylor making it that far, but like this year, might be right, and Gonzaga finally wins the big game.
We got Chet bringing home the brass,
making up
All
for
right.
Kispert in the gang. So yeah, that is the bracket that we have. Any final thoughts about the games we might have be overlooking, underlooking, anything?
Auburn losing to Iowa is definitely egregious in my opinion, but that was all I had to say.
Perhaps any thoughts?
Jabbar's gonna show the world. Don't even worry about it.
Just saying. Watch out for Iowa. Watch out for Miami.
True.
Miami. They were way back there. Yeah.
A lot, since Chris put me on the spot earlier, I think Davidson might be in that final game. They might play the Zags. No cap. My mind, I ain't gonna lie. I can see Davidson. Might not beat Gonzaga. They'll make it look good. I thought they could possibly make some shake.
Is Steph coming back to play for him?
I mean, they say Steph ain't got to play. They like that one TikTok said. They hooping.
Baseball, don't
Hooping over there. They hooping over there.
So is Hung Jung Lee finna have a Steph Curry Davidson like run? Is that what you're saying?
You said it, not me. You said it,
No.
not me. Hey.
I don't believe it. I just asked the question.
I
think it's
can see it.
that,
got some dogs over there. Pun intended. No pun intended. They got some dogs over there. Hey. That's just me. That's just me.
No.
Yeah, that wraps it up for this episode as far as this was our March Madness bracket. I didn't really think about doing like the women's one. I don't know what's going on, so stay over here with that one. As always, you can follow podcast on social media, on Twitter at Going for 3 Pod, Going 3 Podcast, and Instagram as well. Where can they find gentlemen on social media?
At Tony the Real on Twitter.
You can find me on. Oh, excuse me. You can find me at Chris D. Collins on Instagram and Twitter. Couldn't talk for a second.
As always, you can find me on Twitter at PTP_99. I ain't gonna do it this time. Thought about it for a second. I ain't gonna do it. Also, by the way, if it anybody out there is doing their own bracket, I ain't gonna lie, send in your final four if you do a bracket. I want to see what y'all got going on. Who y'all got?
Yeah. Let us know what your picks are.
It could be almost exactly the same. It could be drastically different. Like you guys could add Baylor in there. Somebody could add Duke in there. You never know.
You know who went to Duke, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Godum.
Oh no, I was gonna say Kyrie Irving, who had 60 today, who Gramps said was not an elite scorer anymore. I just want to touch on that almost every time we pod, just to keep the people updated on this bet.
Can we just let the bet play out and we'll worry about my jersey later? I mean, dang.
Listen, I feel like he had 30, 40, and 60 pretty recently. I feel like he got to be. I mean, with this performance, he got to be up to about 27 by now. Honestly,
he probably almost there, or literally right on top of it.
But you're right. Out of respect, Gramps, I will let the bet play out. I definitely will.
Yeah, let's save that for another time. Because don't I have to pick if I lose? I'm still saying if. So let's back it up a little bit. All right, let's not gloat yet. I gotta wear post picture, possibly even wear it on a live stream. Assume that, yeah.
People gotta see you. That's the fun part.
Damn, the city of Boston ain't gonna let me in wearing that shit. Damn.
There's nothing you having one of the GOAT's jerseys on your back.
Oh, hey yo,
hey man,
and you're always right. One of the GOATs on your back.
All right, end the episode. I gotta throw up.
All right, hope you guys have a good weekend. Enjoy the games, and we will see you guys next week.